Hey, happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Goodness gracious. Let's get over the hump already. Sliding on into the weekend. Oh, I'm so ready for the weekend. So, how is everybody out there? I hope you're doing good. If you're getting on here with me live, if you're going to see a red live up in that corner, if you're seeing me live, and you can type, I'd love it if you would type live in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. And if you're catching me later on, it'll say like was live up there in the corner. You can type replay in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. If you are new to following me, or maybe you haven't followed me much or whatever, type new in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from, and make sure you put new in there too, so that I can give you a warm welcome, especially if you're on here with me live, okay? So, if you are unsure who I am, my name's Jan. I live in Southeast Nebraska. And I love sharing our low-carb lifestyle, things that we do to help us stay low-carb, stay, what I want to say, a little healthier, cut out some of the junk that's in our lives, the artificial stuff, all that kind of stuff. Oh, sorry, I had something open. I gotta slow down here. I gotta be able to talk. So like I was saying, guys, if you're getting on here with me live, let me know. I'm gonna be showing you guys what we're having for dinner tonight. Chicken crust pizza. Pizza with a chicken crust, okay? So, and you can tell that this is one I make in my house because it says Diabetic Eats with Jan across the bottom. I have that group over on Facebook, guys. It is called Hey Vera, Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave. Now I added Dave on there. Dave is my why. He is the reason that we started all of this, but we together are the reason that we continue, because life is so much better now than it used to be, not gonna lie. So that group, Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave, is a separate page here on Facebook. You can go to the Facebook search bar and start typing in Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave, request to join, and that'll get you in there. It is a private group just for security purposes, to keep people out that we don't want in there, which would be mostly the bots and the different people on Facebook. I don't want to go too far into it. Seems like every time I talk about them, they get on my page. So if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. So if you don't know how to search it or whatever, drop group in the comments. I'll leave you a link and you can tap that link and request to join, okay? This is a recipe. Excuse me, man. I've had this little bit of lingering something or other, and I think it's allergies. I really do. And the wind is really kicking up out there again today. And what does that mean? Blowing the pollen around. So this recipe, like I said, is already over there. If you go into that group and search pizza chicken crust, it's going to pop it right up. I suggest printing my recipes out, guys. I print all of my recipes out. Look at that. You can read it if I turn it backwards. I print all my recipes out and then I laminate them, and I actually keep them in binders, okay? This is like my food Bible, and I have several of them. Sorry about that. But I flip through those when I'm struggling for something that sounds really good, and that's kind of been me here lately. I flipped through them a lot, looking for something that we haven't had for a while. Hi, Peg. So tonight it's chicken crust pizza. And I'm going to, I have a salad in the fridge, just a boughten shredded salad, what do I want to say, salad mix. So anyway, hi Nicole, you're from my old stomping grounds. So how do you do it? This is super simple, guys, okay? The recipe, I'm going to do this. I don't know if you'll be able to read it. The recipe calls for a can of white chicken. I'm not real fond of the canned chicken. I've used it in the past, but if you don't want to, if you want to use the canned chicken, it's fine. It just lacks flavor to me, okay? So what I did today was I had bought some chicken breasts, and I took 3 chicken breasts, and I seasoned them up, And then I cooked them. I air fried them actually, but I think you could bake them. You can use them in the Instant Pot, whatever. And then I just shredded it, okay? Now, I took my scale, okay, and I actually weighed out like the recipe. So this is how much chicken, fresh chicken you get. That's way more than one of those cans have in it. So I'm not real sure. Anyway, took this chicken, hey Wendy, and I shredded it, okay? And I've got some extras left over. I'm not gonna lie, but this is gonna be really great for the rest of the week. If I wanna have a salad and throw on some good protein, or who knows, maybe I'll make some chicken salad out of it. And actually, I fixed 3 breasts, and after I shredded the first 2, I thought, you know what? Sometimes Dave doesn't care to take leftovers. So looky there. He's got a chicken breast to go, and that's a huge chicken breast. And guys, I'm going to tell you, I just made a switch, or I'm making to glass containers. Yes, they do have plastic lids, but hey, Louise, how are you? I'm making the switch to glass, guys. Reading about the plastics that plastic leaves behind, I'm like, yeah, I'm done with that. So, and yes, I do have a plastic bowl here. It's too expensive to make the switch all at once. You know what? I can't do that. So I've got my chicken measured out. I am going to add 1 egg. And yes, this baby is farm fresh. I've been really having good luck finding local farm fresh eggs, which is cool. I like doing that. Parmesan cheese, okay? By the brick, shred your own. That's what I do. About a half a cup-ish, something like that. And I'm going to season it up with some basil. And you don't have to use these things if you don't like them. You know, whatever. I'm going to put some basil in there. I'm going to put some oregano in there. And, of course, salt and pepper. Now, guys, I do talk about salt in my group. Pink salt, sea salt, those types of things are what we're wanting to use for salt. Lots of great minerals in these things. Don't use the sodium chloride stripped down blue box stuff. There's no nutrients in it, okay? And then pepper. Got to have some pepper in there too. So, and I forgot something to stir it up with, so I'm going to grab it. But guys, if you're still getting on here with me live, if you're just getting on, please let me know you're out there. Say hello. Guys, something else you can do is share this video out. There are other people out there who don't realize that there's lots of great options in the low carb world. Hi, Nancy. For food to eat, and it's just you know, we've been doing this. Hi, Amy. Thank you for sharing, Nancy. It's a situation of, you know, I never dreamed when we started this that it would last long, but look at us go. I'm not going to lie. We are going on 7 years of this lifestyle. We do use a supplement that works great with our lifestyle. I am not sure what that is. It looks like plastic. That's not cool. Wow, I don't know where that came from. Huh. Just the crazy things. That's what I do. Buy the box trees and shut up myself. I stopped with the packet. Yes, the package shredded stuff. I can't read all of your comment, Joanne. Let me see if I can pull it up. I'm not good at this. Yeah, it does go bad fast. And the nice thing about the blocks is they keep a long time. But, you know, if you get a little bit of mold on it, you can cut that mold off and still use the rest of the block. Believe me, my husband used to work in a cheese manufacturing plant. And he said they used to start out with, like, they made mozzarella there. They would start out with like 25-pound bricks of mozzarella that had mold on the outside and they'd chop them down, they might wind up with 5 to 7 pounds on some of them if they were bad or whatever. And it's okay. It's an aging process. I get it. But cheese is one of those things that once they go moldy, just cut the mold off unless it's too far gone. Okay. But the thing I don't like about pre-shredded cheese is in order to keep the shelf life, they coat those cheeses with a lot of different things. Sometimes those things can have sugar or sugar type derivatives in them, and they can cause the blood sugar to spike. So that's why we don't use them, okay? And you know what? I don't know. This is awfully, awfully, awfully dry. I'm going to add one more egg, guys. I know it doesn't say to, but I might have dried my chicken out just a little bit too much today when I cooked it. So I'm going to add one more egg. And here's another tip too, okay? I have made this same recipe using thighs, and that's the dark meat, okay? And the thighs are typically already more moist than a breast, okay? So that's kind of my tip to you guys. Just be aware of what you're buying, you know, and if it's a little dry, fix it, okay? That's what I'm doing here tonight. So you saw me, my recipe does say 1 large egg, but because the breasts are pretty dry, and I think that's where too with the canned chicken, it's very moist, whereas if you make your own, it's not. Hi, Jennifer. So this is kind of what I've got. I've got kind of a pasty, but I can pick it up and it's going to form a ball. So I'm going to wash my hands quick. Hey, Millie. Hi, Jewel. So guys, like I was saying, we've been doing this lifestyle for a long time. We've also, you know, we started some supplements that go great with this lifestyle. They're all natural keto supplements. So if they're keto, they're low carb. And I'm going to grab my pan here and I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do. Okay. So this is it. That's all that goes into the crust. I am going to tilt you guys down quick. Okay. Never mind me back here. So I got, a pizza stone. I think I could probably make this. Hey, Jewel, thank you for sharing. I think I could make this on the stone. I have never tried. I always use the parchment paper. But if you don't have a stone, you can just use whatever type of pan. I always make them round. If you want to make a rectangular pizza, you can certainly do that too. So basically, I'm just going to pat this down into a fairly thin crust, okay? Round it out and pat it into a thin crust. Fill in any holes that might decide they want to shine through tonight. And then everything will kind of bake in the oven and it'll come together like a nice crust. Now what I've got to do here first is put this in the oven and bake it at about 425 for 15-ish minutes or so. Guys, I can't see. Rebecca, I see you. We just tried this the other night. My entire family, including the kids, loved it. It is fun. It's wonderful. And what I love about it is, like tonight, I'm not planning to add any more protein on top. But if you want to put pepperonis and things like that on it, you can. So I probably got a good 10-inch pizza here, guys. This will all bake together and be really good. Once again, I'm gonna go wash my hands, and then I'm gonna put it in the oven. And like I said, it's gotta bake for at least 15 minutes, maybe a little longer. You just want it to be lightly browned. Okay, so I'm looking to brown this up just a little bit. No, I don't think my sleeves are in it. But anyway, they're not wet. So, like I was saying, I'm just looking to get a light brown on the top of this. And then what I'm going to top it with tonight is I'm going to make like a chicken bacon ranch type pizza, okay? So I've got some mushrooms to go on the top. I'm going to top this with ranch dressing for our sauce. I've got some different cheeses I'm going to put on it. probably do a red onion sliced on top. We both like onions, so I'm going to do that. Just kind of whatever I can find in the fridge. But the thing is that you can tailor this to how you want it. Now, like I said, I use my own homemade ranch, okay? So if you've never made your own homemade ranch, I'm going to pop this in the oven, guys. There's a recipe too in my group, guys. Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave. I make my own ranch seasoning because the packets of ranch have maltodextrin in them, or the last time I looked they did. Maltodextrin is way high on the glycemic index, so for diabetics, maltodextrin is a no-no. So I make my own ranch seasoning. If you get into that group and search ranch seasoning, it's going to come up. I make my own of that, and then I make my own homemade ranch dressing, and I just keep it in the fridge. So, you know, we've got lots of that. Like I said, I'm going to use ranch. You could use a sugar-free barbecue sauce and make something fun that way. Or we've even used just pizza sauce, guys. A sugar-free pizza sauce and build your own. You know, it's a huge protein meal, which is great. You know, protein is the building blocks of a lot in our body. And yeah, so that's just what we're doing tonight, guys. Super simple, super easy. I just got this started. A little bit of prep, and you know, we do meal prep some on the weekends anyway. So if you did your chicken on the weekends, and then you've got, like I was saying, I've got some shredded chicken left over for the rest of the week. I've got a whole chicken breast. Either we can eat it like a chicken breast, or I can shred it up some more and we can do something else with it. But that's the big thing. I try not to waste any food because it's expensive, okay? And eating low carb, I think that's the biggest thing I hear is cost. And it's, you know, everybody's like, it's too expensive to eat healthy. No, it's not. And what's your health worth? And that's kind of where we started with our supplements too. I was like, man, I just don't know, you know, both of us getting on it, blah, blah, blah. But when we started saving money at the grocery store because we didn't eat all the junk we used to eat, and not only that, when we became happier and your hormones are balanced out, it's a pretty good feeling. So those supplements have changed our lives. I'm not going to lie. And you know what? They are something we'll never go back away from. If you want to see what I looked like before and what I look like now, go look at my page. I actually just put up a picture today. So if you need information on those supplements that I'm talking about, drop info in the comments. I'll get back to you about that. But this is a sustainable lifestyle, guys. Absolutely, positively sustainable for life. I wish we would have started it many years ago. But now that we have, we'll never go back. So, if you need to be in the group, Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave, please. Oh, Amy, I love to hear that. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It helps with so many things. Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave. My red. Oh, that was you know, we won't even go there. I think that was about the time Caitlin was becoming a cosmetologist and I was often her guinea pig or her head or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what it was. Hey, Marie. So like I said, Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave. You can search it, request to join, drop group in the comments, and I'll get you a link to join. Search in the group, chicken crust pizza. That should come up. I'll try to get in there in a little bit after dinner and bump that recipe to the top. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments. As always, I appreciate everybody who takes time out of their day to stop in and listen to me ramble and be weird. I appreciate it. So take care of yourselves, guys. Smile and pass that smile on, and we'll chat with y'all later.